What's up, guys? I'm Dwayne,
I'm Alicia.
and this is Blackboard Gaming, where we teach you about all these great board games that are out there, waiting to be played by you and yours.
I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate ya.
Today, we're going to talk about a game that I received as a Christmas gift that I was really excited to play. And that game is called Rome.
Rome is designed by Ryan Laukat and published by Red Raven Games.
Let's go to the table for a quick overview of how this game is played. Rome is a 2 to 4 player game where the players are members of a tribe trying to find people who are suffering from a sleep illness that has swept the land. This is how the game is set up on the table for 3 players. We would take this deck of map cards, give them a good shuffle, and then draw 6 off the top of the deck and place it in the middle of the table, as we've already done. We will make sure that the banners on the bottom of these cards are facing opposite each other. Then each player is going to take characters of their chosen flag color, and they're going to surround the board. So, like I said, we got 3 players. We got the blue player here, yellow, the red over there. If there was a 4th player, they would go up there. Then each player will also get tokens of their color. On a player's turn, it goes simply like this. You would take one of your characters and you will flip him over face down, and then you will place tokens on the board in that configuration with some restrictions. 1, you cannot place outside of the board. You cannot spin that around, so it has to be in that configuration, that order. And if there are other player tokens on the board in a square, you just skip that square. So let's say the yellow player had this. I decided to do that one. I'll place here, and just skip that square. But that's not the case. I'm the first player to place a token, so I will place that here. Now, once I place anywhere that I place a token that there's a coin, I will get 2 coins into my supply. So as you hear, I covered up 2 coins. I will get these 2 coins. And then play will go clockwise. Now, let's say on my next turn, I decided to use her. See, she has a blank square. So I can only place this full square, but there are 2 things I could do with this card. 1, I could place this in a way where if I place outside the board, so let's say I want it, I can do that, because that's a blank. The other thing I can do is if I wanted to fill that blank space, I would have to pay 2 coins. So let's say I turn her face down, and then I place here. I pay these 2 coins, return them to the supply, and place right there. Now, if at the beginning of my next turn, let's say all my people were face down. At the beginning of the turn, I could just turn them back face up. They're all rested up. And then take my turn as usual. But let's say at the beginning of my next turn, I really wanted to use this guy. I can do an early rest and flip these guys back over. But for every card that's still face up, I will have to pay 1 coin. So I turn those guys face up. So at the end of any player's turn, let's say one of these cards is filled up. So we would take all our tokens back off that card, returning them to their owners, and then we would flip that card, reveal a person. We woke him up from his sleep sickness. So whoever had the majority tokens on that card, they would get this character. He's over. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna help you guys find the other people who are suffering from this sleep sickness." And he comes over here, and we would draw another map card, put it face down. Now, I got this card because I had the majority tokens on it. But let's say at the end of somebody's turn, they both had equal number of tokens. So it would be, since there's 6 squares, they would have 3 tokens each. So then a bidding would happen. So the active player, the person who placed that token there, the last token required to wake him up, would start the bid, and then each person would get one chance to bid coins. So, and whoever had the highest bid with their coins would get that character. So let's say yellow bid higher than me, yellow would get that character. And now you can use his configuration to search, which, as you can see, covers more area. It has a blank space, but that covers more area. And that's pretty much what you're doing in the game, is you're flipping your characters, placing tokens out on the map, gaining coins if you cover up coins, trying to wake people up and say, hey, come on, come out of that sickness and let's find the rest of these people. And when one player gets 10 characters, including their starting 3, then that will trigger the end of the game. And we will make sure everybody gets equal turns, and then we will rack up the victory points. So each of these characters, I didn't mention that, has victory points. So this guy would give me 2 victory points at the end of the game. And so whoever has the most victory points at the end of the game is the winner of Rome. And that's how the basic game is played. To play the full game, we will add these artifacts into the game, which adds an extra depth of strategy. So at the end of your turn, if you have enough coins, you could buy one of these artifacts. So this one cost me 5 coins. It gives me 2 victory points at the end of the game, but it also gives me a special ability. So remember that guy that I flipped over that said I couldn't change the configuration of his tokens? So if I flipped him over, I could flip this over, and then I could change that configuration. And then once I do refresh all my characters, I can refresh my artifacts also. This map here give me 1 victory point at the end of the game, but it also allows me to place a cube in a blank space without having to pay those 2 coins. These, I think those are spices. Give me 1 victory point, but lets me refresh a character anytime I want. Not anytime I want, but when I flip this over. This helmet gives me 3 victory points at the end of the game, but when I'm placing tokens, if somebody's token is in my way, I can remove it and give it back to them and place my token there. And that cost me 7 coins. So as you can see, adding these in will make the game more enjoyable, in my opinion. So the reason I wanted to play this game with you is, like I said, it was a gift, a Christmas gift, and I was really excited to play this game because it's designed by Ryan Laukat, who is pretty much one of my favorite board game designers. And Ryan Laukat, not only is he the designer of the game, he illustrated the game. Red Raven Games is his publishing company. I mean, this guy pretty much does it all. So I am a huge fan of Ryan Laukat. So let's get right into it. What did you think about the theme of this game?
The theme didn't really resonate with me.
Yeah, I get it, because you're not like really big into fantasy. I love fantasy.
Yes, you
and
do.
That's one of the reasons why I like Ryan Laukat's games, because he has built this world in his other games. With that said, though, this game, if it wasn't connected to the same world as the other games, then it wouldn't be a strong theme at all.
Yeah.
You know, it would be more abstract.
Yeah.
So, what did you think about the components, though?
Well, the components are pretty basic, but I do like the markers.
The player markers.
Yes.
Yeah, those are well done.
Those are well done.
And I like the quality of the cards.
Yes.
You know, the feel of the cards and everything. Cardboard coins, you know, that's basic. The Kickstarter version had metal coins, though. I'm like, oh, I love metal coins.
Yeah.
So, all right, what did you think about the art?
I really like the way Ryan Lockett illustrates people, but some of his critters, they're just odd.
Those other characters, yeah, they're creatively drawn.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one way to say it.
I like his art because he adds those little simple touches. You know, like some of the character has freckles, and there's one character's the short hair and all that. You know, and and he's like that through all his games.
Yeah.
You know, so I like that. But I will agree that, you know, those the frog people and
Yeah.
some of the they're you know.
They're odd. I mean, what can you say?
All right, so what did you think about the mechanics?
So area control is a little bit more in your face than tile laying. So it made me think a little bit about Barron Park and New York Zoo, but in those games, you have your own territory. But
Right, okay, I was wondering where you were going with that.
yeah,
But you're saying in those games you're controlling your own territory.
yes,
And you ain't got to worry about other
Right.
people's territories. But in this game,
you all have the same territory, so it's a little bit more in your face.
okay, I get that. So I'm not a big fan of area control because, you know, area control usually is a battle or conflict or war or something like that. But I like the area control in this in a way because we're just trying to find these people to wake them up out of this sickness. But at the same time, we're like, I found them first.
So when I had
Oh, you just not gonna let me know?
no, I think I had 4. Yes, I had 4
Cubes.
cubes, and you move one of mine and put yours and claim that. Now I was feeling some kind of way when you did that. I'm gonna be honest.
All right. I mean, hey, I was trying to win.
I mean,
All right. So, what do you think about the teach?
this is a simple game to teach. I believe that if you wanted to teach the mechanic of area control, this would be a great gateway. Probably part of my struggle is I don't have an innate good spatial sense. So I think this is a great game to develop that. So I think you could play this game with kids.
Okay, I get that. All right. Yeah, I can see this would be a great introduction to area control. You know, so you can understand what goes behind it. You're fighting for dominance, you know. And like I said, I can see area control in war, but in this game, we're fighting to see who wakes the person up first. You know. Other than that, overall, what did you think about this game?
So the game is light, it's easy, it's a little bit in your face, but just kind of friendly, competitive, not aggressive. But the theme, even though it's not immersive, it just doesn't resonate with me. So I think that gets in the way of my enjoyment of the game.
Okay. Oh, all right. I get that. You said friendly competition, yet you still giving me the stink eye. So I will say this, though. I enjoy playing this game with you because, like, the first time we played 3 times now. The first time we played, you weren't kind of feeling it. Second time, I was like, you know, let me talk a little cash. And then we started talking cash
Yes.
back and forth.
That was
So
fun.
that brought the enjoyment of the
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
you know. And this game is like light, but it's not taken too seriously.
Yes, yes.
You know, it's just, like I said, we're fighting to find who wakes somebody up first.
Yeah.
So I enjoy playing the game with you. I would have to be able to play this game with somebody who likes to talk cash. You know, and that's where I will get the fun out of this game.
Okay.
So that is what our thoughts of Rome. Like I said, Ryan Laukat, one of my favorite board game designers. I enjoyed this game. I enjoyed playing it with my wife. And I'm looking forward to his next game. You know, I'm definitely looking forward to that. So, if you like the content of this video, feel free to hit the like button, to subscribe, follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And I'm Dwayne.
I'm Alicia.
This has been Blackboard Gaming, and we will see you next time.